back to another episode of Jay and Will Show. I am Jay.
I am Will.
We got some predictions for you guys, man.
For
those that have not seen, we do have the reaction to the Cowboys-Patriots game up on the channel, so please go ahead and check that out. We also went a little bit more in depth with the remaining schedule for the Cowboys and how we see the rest of the season playing out and things we're looking forward to seeing from them moving forward. So definitely be sure to check that one out. This video in particular, though, is going to go over our Week 7 predictions that we have for the week. So we won't spend too much time on this because we got a lot of them that we agree on. So we'll run through these bad boys. Go ahead and get started, man. So the first game on Sunday is going to be the 4-2 Cincinnati Bengals going up against the 5-1 Baltimore Ravens. This game might be the game of the week. But how you feel about this one, man? Who you got picking the win up in this game?
Joe Burrow is my guy, but I think I'm just gonna put it together. That team been rolling, and they have their full game up for the number 1 seed with just a 1 loss compared to everybody else having like 2 or more losses. So Baltimore going to solidify their hold on number 1, especially with Buffalo and Chargers bye week happening.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think that's a good measuring stick to kind of see where Cincy's at. You know, Baltimore hit their stride, man. It's kind of hard to go up against, especially at home. So this will be a test for sure for Joey B and the boys. But until they show a reason not to, I'm gonna have to pick Baltimore in this one. Cincy's defense is starting to step up a little bit and play well, but that running game for Baltimore is something different. And we'll see how they do. I think I expect them to play well. I expect Joey to play well, but just not gonna be enough. It's a lot of heavy artillery on that side, and when you got Lamar Jackson playing, you got a shot every game. So we've said this ad nauseum every week. Like, at this point, there's no reason to question them anymore. We had doubts going into the season, and now the way they play, it's like you got it, bro. It's all like I got every little bit of faith I have in those guys to pull that one out. So I'm going with Cincy in that one. Also on the early slated games, we have the 3-3 Carolina Panthers visiting the 1-5 New York Giants. Both these teams are on the struggle bus right now. Carolina started out 3-0. They lost their last 3 games. And the Giants are what they are at this point. I think this is a game that's opportunity for Carolina to get back on track. So I'll pick Carolina in this one. But I'll tell you what, as weird as it is to say, Jason Garrett got the offense humming a little bit. I mean, they're not, it's not, they're not world beaters, but they're doing more than I probably expected them to be able to do. Although, last week they kind of ran to a buzzsaw. I think it was the Rams that played last week. So it's tough. And there was questions about whether they should have kept Daniel Jones in for as long as they did, knowing that the game was over with, and they still had him out there getting manhandled by that defense. It's bad. It's just not a smart idea. So I think this might be Joe Judge's last season, but that's a separate discussion for a different. I'm gonna go with Carolina in this one. How you feel that? How you see that one going?
I got Carolina as well. I saw a crazy stat today. I had a stat comparison between games played over the past couple of years between Tony Pollard and Saquon Barkley over the since actually might have been career, and they had Pollard with more yardage than Saquon, and a good portion of that is because Saquon's been hurt. So it's like best ability is availability.
Right.
And to see Pollard with that type of stat line as far as carries, games, and yardage was pretty crazy. It was both of them over 2,100 yards, but it was just Pollard like a few more with fewer games played. So it was crazy to see. But for this one, I got Carolina as well. I don't think they're as good as they started off now that they're playing tougher opponents between Dallas and a few other teams. But this one, they'll be able to get on the plus side of 500.
Next game is the 1-4 New York Jets visiting the 2-4 New England Patriots. I guess the Patriots got to win at home at some point. So if there's a team to beat, I'm going to say it's probably the Jets to do that. So I'm going to pick the Patriots. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be shocked either way. The reason why I say that is because the Jets beat the Titans, who just beat the Bills. So it's kind of like
any given Sunday.
It's week to week, it's week to week. So who knows? So I don't look at it like they don't have any chance of winning. But man, I can't see the Patriots going 0-5 at home to start the season. So I'm gonna go in New England, but like I said, that can go either way. How you feel about that one?
New England better win this doggone game after the way that they played against Dallas. Yeah, Dallas had all those penalties. The referees been terrible, but they still played a great game. Like they out there, they lined up and they played their butts off, especially their defense. Yeah, they gave up a ton of yards, but it was a bend but don't break. Dallas struggled in the red zone against them. Definitely Dallas should have capitalized more in the red zone. But hey, New England still forced the plays that the bad plays that Dallas did have. So I'm going New England with this one. I think their defense had enough talent on it to could create issues with New York. And then saw how Mac Jones, outside of the bad throw, that ended up getting the pick six at the end of the game. He actually had a very good game. He was very accurate. And then he had that nice deep ball downfield for the long touchdown. As well. So I think, they'll pull this one now, especially if, 0-5 New England with Belichick as their coach. That's unheard of. So, I got New England in that one.
Another potential game of the week candidate here. The 3-3 Kansas City Chiefs visiting the 4-2 Tennessee Titans. Again, like I said, Titans just beat the Bills, but they also lost to the Jets. So I don't know. How you got that one shaking out?
Man, it's tough. How much defense does Tennessee have? Like that's my main thing. Because Kansas City does struggle. They had enough to be able to shut down, or not necessarily shut down, but beat a good Buffalo team who ransacked Kansas City.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. I'm gonna take Tennessee. So I think, I'm gonna take Tennessee because I don't see. Tennessee doesn't. It's that run. Henry's a beast.
That's the thing.
So it's tough to see them stopping the defense has been struggling the way they are. Being able to wrap this guy up consistently throughout the game. So I got Tennessee.
Yeah, that's my tiebreaker, bro. Honestly, is Derrick Henry. Because to your point, it's almost like a toss up. You would think, but the way that dude is running and the way that Kansas City defense is not very good. I could definitely see this dude running for 160 and 2 touchdowns and just taking the game over. You never know. So I don't have a lot of faith in Kansas City's run defense. I do think that potentially because of the fact that Derrick Henry can go off, that they may have a situation where it's kind of a shootout type of thing. But if one of those teams hasn't made a stop, particularly considering what the Titans just did to Buffalo, I'm going to trust that they would do it before I would trust that Kansas City would. So just based off of that, I'm going to have to go with Tennessee, man. But again, that's going to be another one of those potential game of the week candidates. And I think that's on other CBS and Houston's playing. I'm not going
to. It's hard to
Houston's late. Houston's a late game. I'm not having a shot. All right. So
Paramount Plus.
That's true. I'm not gonna play them because they're in the Panthers. Don't worry.
Oh yes, my bad.
We have our ways of watching.
Yeah.
Next game, the 2-4 Washington football team visiting the 5-1 Green Bay Packers. We both agree that Green Bay should take care of that one pretty handily, so we'll move on to the next game. The 2-3 Atlanta Falcons visiting the 1-5 Miami Dolphins. Two teams again on the struggle bus. Dolphins got a lot going on right now, outside off the field, in regards to potential trades. There's been discussions about the potentially dealing and getting Deshaun Watson before the trade deadline. Sure, we have our own opinions about that, but obviously, when you got a guy like Tua, who didn't draft himself, they drafted him, so kind of getting the wrong end of the deal there. Maybe hard. I don't know how he compartmentalizes that and goes up there and plays ball, but he doesn't have to. And they got the Falcons. I'm not sure about this one. Ultimately, I'm gonna go with Atlanta, just because I think there's just a lot going on with Miami, and you lose to the Jaguars last week. It ain't looking good. I'll just say that. It looks like they got a lot going on. They got to fix, and I don't think they fix it this week. So I'm going to go with Atlanta to win this game.
I'm going to go with Miami because I think we've picked the same teams so far out of the way through. Also, I've been trying to tell people for the last couple of years that Brian Flores, I don't like Tua. The folks probably hadn't listened because I called him by the wrong name. But yeah. But yeah, Brian Flores, I just feel like he doesn't like Tua. I don't think they really talked to him about drafting him when the time came, because he's done everything he could to basically not put him on the field when he's had the opportunity from Fitzpatrick. Tua's been injured and stuff like that, but now you have possibility to trade to send him to Washington and Deshaun to come to go to Miami. So yeah, he don't like him. So yeah, I'm taking Miami primarily just because so we can choose different teams.
That's fair. That's fair assessment. That's fair assessment. We're gonna have a lot of things in common. This next one,
exactly.
There's no way. The 0-6 Detroit Lions visiting the 5-1 LA Rams. We're both gonna go with the Rams on that one. I'm not gonna waste y'all's time. Next game, the 2-4 Philadelphia Eagles going up against the 4-2 Las Vegas Raiders. We're gonna both go with the Raiders on that one. I'm gonna waste your time on that one. Next one, another one. 1-5 Houston Texans visiting the 6-0 Arizona Cardinals. I will say this one thing. Not about this game because they're going to win, but just slow your roll on Arizona a little bit. Not saying that they're not good, because they are, but they should be 5-1, and that puts them right on equal pegging with everybody else in the NFC is 5-1. I get that they didn't lose, but they didn't lose because of them. They won that game because of the kicker for the Vikings missing the game-winning field goal. So
history.
They didn't win that game. What I'm saying? So for that, they're 6-0, but let's pop the brakes a little bit. But yeah, they'll beat the brakes off Houston, no question about it. Next game.
That's why I had to choose Miami.
It's chalk. You're right. Yeah, it's chalk. Next game, 3-3 Chicago Bears visiting the 5-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We both have Tampa in that game, so opportunity for a little bit of separation here, maybe.
I just hope Justin Fields get out of there healthy.
I like him. Very true. That is true. Sunday night game, 2-4 Indianapolis Colts. Got it right. Versus the 2-3 San Francisco 49ers. More of a toss-up. I'm picking San Francisco in this game, but I like what I've seen from the Colts lately. They're playing better. Carson Wentz has not gotten hurt, so that's progress. And they got T.Y. Hilton back. I think he re-injured his groin, but I'm not sure if he's going to be out in that. I don't know if he's going to be out now, but
I didn't even draft him.
But they look good. Like they look like they're starting to hit their stride a little bit. Obviously, Carson coming over from Philadelphia takes time to kind of get into the rhythm, and he kept getting hurt every time he stepped on the field the first couple of games this year also. So now that he seems to have stabilized health-wise and been consistently in the lineup, they seem to have started to pick it up a little bit. And their defense is what their defense is. Their defense is really, really good. So they have a shot in this one and probably the game. But it's something about Shanahan and that run system they have down there. I have a hard time betting against those guys. So I'm gonna go with San Francisco in this one. What do you think?
I'm taking Indy. The better Indy does, the worse Philadelphia pick will be. Indy lost their primetime safety in practice with a torn Achilles.
Oh yeah.
Or ACL, one of them.
He tore his Achilles. Yeah.
Achilles. Yeah. But I feel like San Francisco don't really have a deep ball threat right now. As far as like the receivers can get downfield, but they don't have anybody.
But can the ball get there?
Yeah, exactly. So I got Indianapolis in this one. I think they'll be able to. I think they still have enough defense to win, and Carson Wentz playing it together now, being able to have a stretch of some type of health, being healthy. That's one.
Yeah. Okay. And then our Monday night game this week, the return of Peyton and Eli, which is the most exciting part out of all of it. I don't care about the
game so right. That's the reason why I'm gonna watch.
Yeah. The 3-2 New Orleans Saints visiting the 2-4 Seattle Seahawks. Would have been a better game if both teams were healthy, but obviously we know that Russell Wilson is going to be out in this game with the broken finger. So we both have New Orleans winning this one. Probably shouldn't be too climactic or anticlimactic, but it's James.
You never know. Yeah.
You never know. If it's a week for that Seattle defense to wake up and get some momentum, this is the game right here. So we'll see how it goes.
It is.
But that's it, guys. Short and sweet. Not gonna waste a whole lot of time with this one. Those are our picks. As we said before, we got a lot of stuff going on. The Mavs season just tipped off, so we'll have some more things in regards to the Mavs. You should probably see a video here pretty soon from Rel about the first game of the season against the Hawks. So be on the lookout for that. As I mentioned earlier, be sure to check out a recap from the Cowboys-Patriots game and our outlook on the rest of the 2021 season for the Cowboys. So with all that said, appreciate you guys as always. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go Sun Sports. Go Sun Geek for your ambition. For Will, I'm Jay. Appreciate you guys as always. We're out.
Stay easy.